Hey guys, what's up? So Samsung's Galaxy S21 series is arriving early and so are the leaks. We've already seen the renders and some specs, but this new leak has given everything away from the build materials to the exact camera details. The leak comes from Max Weinbach, who is a reliable Samsung leaker. He reveals that the back panel of the base S21 will be made out of plastic like the Note 20, which is due to the positive response Samsung got for the Note 20. Earlier we heard that it's made out of glass, but that doesn't seem to be the case, especially since Samsung is trying to hit low prices for these devices. Now we know that the camera bump is part of the frame, but the frame and the camera bump will come in different colors depending upon the color of the device. For example, black has a black frame and camera bump, while violet and pink have a copper body. Also, white has a subtle blue tint and bronze bezels. We already know the color these phones are going to be available in, so nothing new here, though it's sad to see that the Ultra will only be available in black and silver. However, Max says that Phantom Silver is similar to Aura Glow but matte and more subtle. Now I don't know about you, but Aura Glow is one of my favorite colors, so I'm glad to see it make a comeback. Moving on to the most important part of a phone, the display. So the S21 and S21 Plus will both get the same display size at 6.2 inches and 6.7 inches compared to the S20 and S20 Plus. However, the S21 Ultra will be getting a slightly smaller 6.8 inch panel, but I won't mind the decrease in size, especially if it makes it more manageable. Now both the S21 and S21 Plus will get a Full HD Plus panel, so no Quad HD this time. Also, both panels will have the 120Hz refresh rate but won't see LTPO goodness, which is reserved for the Ultra model. The Ultra would get the best display from Samsung with a peak brightness of 1600 nits and a 3 million:1 contrast ratio. Also, the S21 Ultra is the only phone that will get Quad HD resolution support, so if you care about that, you'll have to get that Ultra. As for me, I've already said countless times that I think Full HD Plus is good enough for smartphones. Since these are flagships you're talking about, they will be powered by the latest and most powerful processors out there, that is the Snapdragon 875 and the Exynos 2100. Now you must be like, no Exynos please, but the Exynos 2100 is nothing like the Exynos 990 and it is said to be more efficient than previous generation processors while being on par or more powerful than even the 875. Also, the S21 Ultra will be getting the latest Wi-Fi 6E that is said to be twice as fast as Wi-Fi 6, which is what you get on non-Ultra variants, by the way. We also know the battery capacities of these devices from earlier leaks, so we know that only the S21 Plus will see an upgrade from the 4500 mAh cell to 4800 mAh, while the other two models will stick with the same capacities as their predecessors. As far as charging is concerned, Samsung may stick with the same 25-watt charging they have for most of their phones. Also, the S21 Ultra will be getting support for the S Pen. Now, support doesn't mean that it will have an S Pen slot like the Note series, but Samsung is planning on selling cases which will store the S Pen for you. Finally, we get to the camera. So the S21 and S21 Plus won't see any major changes in the camera configuration, so they get the same 12MP ultra-wide, 12MP primary and a 64MP telephoto camera. The real changes are in the S21 Ultra that gets a second generation 108MP sensor from Samsung, a 12MP ultra-wide, 10MP 3x telephoto and another 10MP camera with a 10x optical zoom, which will also bring back the 100x space zoom feature. So seems like 100x space zoom isn't going anywhere and Samsung is keen on getting it right, hence they are including a 10x periscope zoom lens. Now both the telephoto lenses will be getting a 130% larger pixels and have dual pixel autofocus, so the images captured should be better than the S20 Ultra. Also, the camera will now have a laser autofocus system, hopefully remedying the focus issues the S20 Ultra experienced. This is all about the camera hardware. Now let's focus our attention on the software that is just as important. So the S21 series will get support for 4K 60fps on all the cameras, which was previously only possible with the main camera. Also, even the Super Steady mode will get support for 60fps recording. The camera app will now be able to switch between 30 or 60fps depending upon lighting conditions. They are also adding support for 8K 30fps and will be including a dual recording mode that lets you record videos from the front and back camera at the same time. We may also see an improved night mode and an improved moon mode where the phone would lock onto the moon and use EIS to get it in the frame, so your moon photos are gonna be lit. We might also see UWB or ultra-wideband chips in the S21 Plus and the Ultra that may be used for the SmartThings tags that Samsung might introduce later. They might also add digital car keys later down the line. Coming to the pricing, the S21 series is expected to cost less than the S20 series and Max Weinbach expects the price to be around $600 or $700 for the base S21. The S21 Plus might cost around $900, while the top of the line S21 Ultra may retail for $1,100 or $1,200 at max. Now these are guess prices, so take them with a pinch of salt, but considering we are only getting slightly improved versions with some downgrades even, so he might be right. That being said, do let me know what do you think about the S21 series down in the comments. That's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Smash the like button if you liked it and consider subscribing to the channel for more tech videos. I will see you all in the next one. Till then, bye bye and stay safe.